Alright, I hope you're doing good today. Today we get to take a look at the Onstage Stand's SB9600 Studio Boom microphone stand, and it's one of the most affordable options that you can buy for a studio boom. This isn't a paid advertisement. I bought this with my own money. I've had it for many years, and I'm going to do the full measurements and see how everything works. I've used it many times, but I've never actually, extended up all the way to see how far it goes. Like if you extend everything straight up, right to the ground, and so I'm going to see if it hits my ceiling or not. And but this should be pretty cool, and anybody that's needing to do like drum overheads or anything should be pretty interested in this. First up, we're going to do full boom height with everything straight up and see how high it goes. So man, that went way up there. That's 13 feet exactly that it'll go, full extension and solid. Onstage Stands lists the boom length at 79 inches for full length. You can break this pole in half like it unthreads. I never do that. That'd be a total pain in the butt. But if you were short on space, you definitely could do that. But let's see if there's 79 inches is the accurate usable length of this, as opposed to going from the tip of the counterweight to the other end. So with the mini arm that comes with the stand, it's 79 inches from the center of here right to the end. 79 inches is 6 feet 7 inches, so that's a pretty usable boom there. So I have the Onstage Stand fully boomed out, so our cross member is right here, and this is the hardest thing to do for any mic stand, is to be fully boomed out, and I'm going to put it all the way up and see what starts sagging or anything like that. I do have a sandbag on the bottom. For this mic stand, you definitely want to buy a sandbag, 100% at least one. So with the tripod at the bottom, where one of the legs is pointing the same direction as the boom arm, and sandbag at the bottom, this feels really sturdy, and there's a little bit of a curve just because it's metal, but there's no, it feels really good, it feels solid, and it's not going to have a problem. Let's see how high this goes. So on their website, they list it as being 79 inches tall to there. And that gets you to actually the bottom of the boom arm. I'd say it's closer to 79.5, 80. So basically the spec that they have. So for the height adjustment on the Onstage Stands, I really like how it adjusts, like how the stand comes out and how it adjusts to bring this mid part up. It's a speaker stand. It's exactly the same. I'm pretty sure it is just a speaker stand. And it doesn't have the holes in it with the pin, but it holds just fine. And this knuckle here, this main knuckle there, is really good. It's got these gears that fit together, which means you kind of get set spots as opposed to super fine adjustment there, which doesn't matter. It's totally fine. But I know when I set that knuckle, it's never ever moving, and I really like that about this stand. What I don't like is on the extension. They use the same little thumb screw that they use for the regular mic stands, and because this is so much longer and we're typically using mics that are a lot heavier, when I tighten it down fully, I can still rotate the mic stand around. I really don't like that. When you get two mics on there for stereo, let's say you're doing an ORTF or an XY pattern or something like that. If you're doing an ORTF, there's a fair bit of weight pulling like this, and it often will just like sag and fall over. So I don't enjoy that about this mic stand, and I'm not sure if there's a better system, but I would love it if they fixed that. That would be the ultimate for this mic stand. I would buy a bunch more of them. I basically use this mic stand just for drum overheads, and then if I do like ORTF over top of a piano, this is where I use this mic stand. And for the value of it, it's sitting on Amazon right today at like $165 Canadian. You can't get anything for a studio mic stand that comes close to this, in my opinion. I really like the speaker stand base for it, because I can store this, like I can just fold it all up, and it's high vertically, but I can get it out of the way and I can store it with my other speaker stands, and it's just fine. So it's really good from a storage perspective. And it's big. It's, so when you're doing ORTF and you have everything fully boomed out, and I'm not going to go to the trouble of breaking this stand down and tearing it apart to make it shorter. It's like, working with a really big pool cue or something like that. So it is a bit of a pain that way. I trust it for my microphones. I know, things are not going to fall over unless I do something stupid, like don't weight things down or something like that. Then things can fall over, but I trust the mic stand. Oh yeah, there is one other thing. The counterweight, which I never slide up and down, I pretty well always just leave it out in this far end. It comes black. I had my wife paint it red because people were hitting their head on it. I would be, which is not good for people and not good for microphones if the thing comes down. So I had that in my first drum session. Somebody goes walking by the front of the kit and they hit their head on it because it's black and everything's black. So I had to hang a red flag on it. And then I got my wife to paint it red, and it's never been a problem after that. So definitely, if you're using this for drum overheads or anything where it's really boomed out, paint the end red. Must do that. Have sandbags for the bottom so that you can weight it down, because it's a very light stand for something this big, which is really good, but you definitely need some sandbags. I think, I'd have no problem recommending this stand. It's a little bit cumbersome to work with how everything adjusts, but it works, and it's solid, and it's a workhorse that'll be in my studio unless something breaks, which I don't see that happening, for the rest of my life. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you have questions, go to the comments, and I'll definitely answer your questions in the comments. We're a small enough channel that I definitely can answer everybody's comments. And happy recording. I hope you make killer recordings with all of your gear.